If we go live here, let's see if we go live here. See if we go live here. Coming up soon. Big gap up incoming. Big gap up incoming. If we go live here, let's see if we go live here. See if we go live here. 28.75 into the 30. Big gap up incoming. As soon as this goes live, I want to sell right. Oh. Oh, we're still live. We're still live. We're still live. Going to another halt up. Going into another halt up. Going into another halt up here. Oh, no. Still live. Still live. Still live. Still live here. Still live here. Moving back on down. Moving back on down. Let's see if this pops back up here. I'm going to sell some shares here into this area. 28.75 is going to be tough. Let's see if we can get a pop back up through it. We're having some issues in this area. It's okay. I'm still sitting pretty at 24. I have hit high of day. I have hit high of day area. I'm going to start maneuvering out of this because it's looking like it's a little... Okay, we're going to stay into this 150. We're still good with 150 here.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, here we go. Halting down. All right. It's enough of that. That was fun, though, Joe. That was a fun one. ASTC this week, brother. That was absolutely barn burner fun, man. If you were a part of that. And then today going all the way up to 68. I talk about 875 roll. What is the high of day? 68.85. So from $2 to 68 essentially from Wednesday to Friday. I know you got somebody.
I did. Man, I did, and I just you don't want to know what I did.
But I do. We all do. What did you do?
Yeah, so I got first of all, I got short. I missed the morning spike and what you were calling out this morning. So I went short after like 11 o'clock. There was a big drop. I thought, it halted down. I'm going to go ahead and give the short a try. Kept it tight stops. So I think my entry was like 46 something, but it just didn't continue to go down, and the thought was this thing has more to go. So I was being careful with it. So I was out quick, but I flipped long and got to like 45 to 64, I think. But I took half off at 64, and then I let the rest ride and stopped out almost break even on my second half.
So overall for the week, then I want to know what was the P&L that you had on it. Were you green overall, red on it? How we do?
Green overall.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Green overall.
Because it was you got to think about this, Joe. Next week, and I'll put this on right here because we're going to talk about this. So next week, hold on. We're going to put this on social media, Joe. We're doing this on social. They like it being free Willy style like this. All right, ready? 3, 2 style.
Heck yeah.
Join us because what's going on tonight? We got the Friday Night Live. Me and Joe starting it off. You see all the other pretty faces that we'll be joining us soon. Big discussion tonight because look at the crazy moves in the small cap sector from 2 to 68. And then, Joe, next week, look at the camera and show me your face when the PDT is gone. What do you think we have next week, Joe? With not only the hot stocks this week, but now we have the PDT rule saying vamoosh, and then you got trade the pool to come over to on top of it. You think
Heck
we have
yeah.
or what?
We got some good stuff coming up.
There we go.
Good stuff. With that PTT going away, I'm hearing across the board that, short shares are expensive. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for some squeezes.
Well, you just said it. You just said it, and that's exactly what I'm wanting, honestly, is that, we'll have a lot of these brokers, of course, like, whatever, it's Cobra or Lightspeed or Trade Zero, maybe even finally Thinkorswims and or whatever, and the Schwabs and the whatever Fidelities and the whatever who owns E-Trade these days in Webull, that maybe they get more shorts. Of course, hey, come over to Trade the Pool, limited risk trading trade all day with no short low case. That's right. Over here, short anything you want all day for free. That's why I'm here, baby. Besides the fact that I love the people and we're doing great things. But, and people like my man Florida Joe. But, it's just, I think next week with the transition from, you got to think about it, bro. I mean, the transition from no PDT rule and now we get a PDT rule that, or I should say, going from LPDT rule to no PDT rule. We'll see how things go, but I think it definitely will spice things up. I honestly will say I don't think it's going to be anything like where we get this continuous craze from like 2020, 2021, where it's like, oh my God, it's parabolicness. Oh my gosh, oh gosh, oh. But I do think it's, oh my gosh, hold on here, hold on.
Let's go.
They're at the door like, let me in. Hey.
What's good?
We got
What's good?
the double
Good
team
evening.
coming.
How's it going, gentlemen?
And Caesar.
What's up?
Well, all
Hey,
I
y'all
know
talking
is,
about the PDT rule, huh? No more
well, I mean,
PDT.
hey, how about ASTC? And I don't know if you saw that, Caesar, this week. We're talking from 2 to 68, 69, essentially. Some fun moves this week. I mean, there's some other big barn burner moves. So then you're talking about, we go through MU and Rs, whatever, the same damn tickers, but all the tickers that are hitting all-time highs are the big moves we've seen recently. So we have small caps making some mega moves. We have mega all the way to the mega caps making some mega moves.
Yes.
It's getting spicy.
It's been real spicy. I mean, this market's just amazing. Like I'm just like, wow. I mean, I was at NQ over 30K. Freaking was it what else? TOMZ almost at 1. KEEL over 5. OWL over 10. I mean, things have just been hitting left and right.
Steve, Crowbar, let's knock him upside the
He's here. What's up?
How we doing? How are we feeling any better from earlier today? I know we're still fighting some sickness, some ailment. How we doing, brother?
We can't hear you, good sir.
Yeah, he's got to adjust his audio. He's like, oh, they've done muted me. They're back to muting me now. He's like, oh,
okay. So we have multiple problems.
There we go.
First off, am I the only one who's hearing the echo?
Yes, I don't hear any echo.
Nope.
All right, then I got to get out of here and figure this out because this is driving me crazy. 1 sec. I will be right back, gentlemen.
Says, drive me crazy, just to thinking about Steve and, of course, Joe. Yeah, well, Casey and Joe. That was my jam, no lie. Back when you had to dub your own, I know you guys remember this, when you had to put a cassette in and you had to press record when your song came on. Those are some songs back in the day where you had let me go on and the first one, though, Always Love You, or whatever. Hold on, what was the first one? What was their big jams back in I can't remember them all now, the Jodeci days, but mid-90s was a big thing, where you literally had to my song's playing! And you would press record on that cassette tape, hoping to catch it in time, and then you'd have some of it. And you'd have, you'd always start with, half of it. Well, that's good enough. And then you'd get to, where you finally had the whole song, and you're like, fuck yeah, I got it! I got that shit! I got it tonight, yeah! I'm about to jam this night. All night long, I'm about to, oh yeah. And then you're in there singing. Anyway, I remember those days when you finally got it all. Oh man, then I'd be playing my, usually it was Nintendo 64 at the time that I had, and I'd be playing Nintendo 64 all night long, and my little mixtape, or whatever, I guess it is a tape, right, mixtape. So.
Any Sega Genesis?
So, Sega Genesis was before that. So actually what's funny, my buddies always had Nintendo, and I fell in love with Sega Genesis. So I had Sega Genesis, I skipped PlayStation, no lie. So when PlayStation came out, me and my buddy, back in the black box days, you wanted a Blockbuster, and they had them in those little black, plastic, really hard, almost like it had $1 million in it. And you're like, oh, are they gonna have it tonight? And we rented PlayStation. It was just too real. We were in Resident Evil, and we were about shit ourselves. We're like, whoa, this is because we were 12 years old. So I went with Nintendo 64 after that, and GoldenEye, and yada yada yada. But yeah, Sega Genesis, I would say playing hours. I'd say I think it still has the most consoles sold ever. I think PlayStation 2 has the most hours for me, and then after that it's probably either Sega Genesis or PS3. Just where I was game, or maybe Nintendo 64 actually would be in there too, but with Sega Genesis. But yeah, those were. I mean, I had Atari, had a lot of hand-me-downs from my brother, which was awesome back in the day. This will be a fun one because we always want us to spin it off on Friday night. How about this? And I'll have to think about it honestly. Favorite gaming console ever?
Ooh, that's tough.
Isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's
man,
tough.
like,
I mean, because I remember Sega Genesis. I had that. When you say Nintendo, are we talking Nintendo, the one that you would go stick it in and pop it down, or the one from the top, right, with the Switch?
Then the Super Nintendo after that, yeah. So
yeah. I mean, it's tough. I think I've about played every single one except maybe PlayStation 5, Sega Genesis, Nintendo, the one which was like white and black where you would insert it in and plop it down, and then the one that was grayish with the purple switch to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Nintendo 64, the black, was it the black box? And what's the one that was I guess white, but it was like a small disc, right? It was before and then PlayStation where
Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that one. So I played that. I had the first PlayStation, and then from that it was like PlayStation 2, and I think Xbox, and after that I haven't really played any other consoles.
Yeah, for me, I mean that's hard. Steve, what do you think? Oh, Steve, back and forth. Steve's off again. They're going after Steve tonight. Joe, what about you, bro? What are we drinking over there for, Joe? Oh, and now his mic's off. It's just me and Caesar commentating for everybody. No, yeah.
Oh, hey,
there we go.
Sorry. I get a little mute button on this headphone. I love it,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Those quick ones make it easy. So, all right, what's your favorite? What was your probably favorite?
Oh my god!
Really, your top three? The top three, or just name them all?
You guys don't want me to go back in the day. I'm going back to 5.25 discs, floppy disk, going into the Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Josh, could you mute the one that you're sharing the screen on?
What's that?
No, I'm saying, Josh, if you could mute the one that you have the screen sharing, because I'm hearing double.
Huh. Let me see here.
When you talk, it's fine, but when Joe talks, you hear the echo.
How about now?
Say something, Joe?
Test 1, 2.
Good.
Yep.
All right, so Commodore 64.
Going back to those days, I'm going back to Commodore 64.
That's crazy. Hold on. Which one had? Hold on. What did you play? What did we play? What's the Wild West one that we played where you would like go out to the Wild West? You put the disc in. God, what was that one game we'd play as in grade school? Oh my gosh! Someone in chat, please help me out. You would go out. You would go out west. How do y'all? Oh my gosh! Yeah. I feel like. What is that? Come on, guys. Someone in chat. I'm about to Google this right now.
Yeah.
I'm Googling it. Old Wild West game computer. Well, yeah, computer game. Oregon Trail. That's it. Thank you. Oregon Trail. That's it. That was like, that's old school days. I'll never forget like going into like early 90s and going into like the computer lab, and you had your computer class. And for whatever reason, now we're losing everybody. Caesar's out. Caesar, you still there? Everyone's just like all of a sudden, there's like, it's the attack of the bugs tonight. But yeah, that was the old school days. It's fun. Man, how weird is that? Ask about the favorite video game. Next thing you know, everyone's dropping out like flies. But I think I don't have a favorite. I would say PS2 would be my favorite because NCAA football like 2005, 6, 7 was probably peak. Madden kind of was losing its peak, but it was probably still decent then. You had your NBA Live where you could they had like the slam dunk contest. I don't know if you remember that, Joe, but it was so dope. It was really cool. And of course, Grand Theft Auto, the different ones they had, the San Andreas, yada yada yada, all the different ones throughout there. I'd probably go PS2 just because of how many epic games and how much time I spent on it. But after that, I love Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo. I played more so of anything than Nintendo. And then of course the later eras are good, but Yeah, those OG. And I'd say arcades. I mean, I guess you can't put that up with console.
Going back to the arcades.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, because we say
I mean-
console, but arcades were definitely like that would compete, in my opinion. Going to the arcade as a kid would compete with the coolest console of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember going and playing Dragon's Lair. It was like a comic book when you were watching it. It was like
I remember that one.
Animated video. It was this guy who, was back in medieval time days, and they would go to slay the dragon to get to the, beauty, the
Right.
Sleeping Beauty or whatever. But it was a game that was in the, the gold mine. What do they call them? I got the echo too for some reason.
It's because Josh has a screen that's sharing and the mic is on.
Oh, that's what it is. Here, let me get my screen share off. That's exactly what it is.
Is that it? Oh, yeah. There we go.
We're good.
Perfect.
There we go.
Oh my God, I can.
There we go.
Had Steve thinking it was a crowbar, Steve, it was him. See?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what is going on. We could not figure it out. What was I screen sharing for? Oh, it was that video to start off with, because I was like, I want to start this week off something different with that cool, crazy live trade I took, and so, all right, she's back there like, am I on? Am I on? Hey guys, hey. You're on now. You're on, Alejandro. And so is my man Sterling. How we doing tonight?
You're so annoying.
Oh, I'm annoying.
You guys.
That's good. Oh, your dog's loving that. She's like, what is that? Who's ringing the doorbell?
Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah, happy Friday. Happy Friday. How's it out on the West Coast?
I just came back from happy hour, so I might be a little happier today than usual.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's nice.
Love it. Duke Nukem. That's an old school computer
What
game.
did I miss?
Duke Nukem. Oh, just that. We had just nothing much. Just chatting it up, and then
I heard you guys were talking about video games. Like, who plays video games?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Listen, there are people making millions from being watched how to play games.
Yes.
Like, it's gotten to where some people don't even play. They just watch others.
Yeah, I used to tell my brother that, do something.
Alejandro, I would say, just because, back to the female, we talk about this in streamers. If you got good at gaming, I bet you would get streamers, or you would get viewers and followers faster in the gaming world than you would in the stock trading world.
No way.
And their sponsorships too.
Yes, that too.
I believe
it was like last year
there was a gaming event in Vegas. Like, people traveled to Vegas to play video games professionally against other groups. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, they do a lot of that all over the world.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Who do I talk to about getting started? Because I wanna do racing games.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, Fox will want you in the pit for all that F1 and Indy stuff. They'd want you down there.
Oh, F1?
Yeah, they would want you. Yeah, they would want you down there interviewing the racers and all that kind of stuff.
Can we tag them? Can we tag them?
Let's start doing it. We'll just start tagging them and say, hey, let's do a little crossover.
I'm ready for an interview.
We'll do futures,
I have
fivers.
time for a part-time.
Right, we're growing. Futures and fivers growing. We got the World Trading Championship, or the Trading World Championships coming up, of course, talking about that. Up to $20,000 in cash prizes, $1 million overall. What is that? And evaluations will be given away. So join us June the 8th. That goes all the way through the June 25th. World Cup will be going on then. It's kind of while we're doing it. That's where the $1 million in evaluations actually comes through. All you have to do is participate, and you can have the chance to win up to $1 million in evaluations just by predicting World Cup matches for fun. So you like to gamble? Are you a DGen? Or you just like to throw out gambling numbers? You can actually come to Trade the Pool here. We have the link out there. It's the fivers, futures, trade, set, go, Trade the Pool. We have a Trading World Championship coming up from June the 8th through the 25th. Big stuff. You can win up to, like I said, $20,000 in cash prizes we're giving away, and $1 million in evaluations. And that $1 million evaluations literally just comes from you participating in and guessing in the World Cup soccer matches. So
and important, Josh, like the trading competition starts with the cash prices right at the very beginning, and
Yeah.
it goes in 2 stages for 2 weeks. So it's important to know that we want you to come in. This is the first time that Trade the Pool has done cash prizes, so let's go, man. I wish I could. I wish I was one of the participants. I'm like, let's go all
Tell
out.
your mama, tell your
Let's
daddy,
go.
tell your uncle, tell your cousins, tell your
The way you've been trading, come on, man. Let's
Oh
go.
well, I don't want to demolish traders. You know, me and
Yeah.
Caesar, we don't want to just kill traders. Okay, we want to make it fair. We don't want Optimus Prime and Voltron out there just whacking fools left and right. You know, so real quickly, everyone but Sterling was here last week, so let's get to this. And Steve's not here, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Steve the Crowbar. You are.
Is there?
Oh, I didn't see you in the background. I've done left the screen already. So I got so much shit going on.
Talking about Tesla.
Yes,
Yo.
exactly. You hit the nail on the head there. Let's talk about Tesla there.
Yes.
So it's a split. I think it's a split because Caesar had 450 and then Steve had 441.50. And the high for the week for Tesla was 445. What was it here?
460.
Yeah. So essentially, you guys literally split the difference there on Tesla. Now, if it's Price is Right rules, Steve takes it. Regardless.
What?
Well, Price is Right rules, you overbid. Price is Right rules, you overbid, right? You know, so
No, it sounds official to me.
So I'm just saying, y'all both did amazing. Regardless,
Thank you.
y'all
Appreciate
killed it 100%. So that just shows you how well these guys are good at levels. So Steve the Achieve the Crowbar, Caesar have been trading large caps for a while. They know what they're doing when it comes to just looking at huge charts. Great. Well, I have one more to end the month here, and then we'll go to a different kind of theme for June. So we have one more to look at this week, and then it comes into my realm. So go ahead and start looking at ASTC. That's right. We've already looked at it. That's what started this whole live stream tonight. My trade. We saw it go up to 68.85 this week. So Alejandro, of course, Steve, Sterling, Joe, everyone, and anyone that wants to participate, go right on ahead. I'm sure Carlo and Gil and Adar and Katz would be fine with me giving a 5K eval away to whoever gets the closest this week to ASTC. And the same thing we've had this whole month. What will be the high this coming week for ASTC? Do we continue? And I would say we probably do, but it's only Monday or Tuesday. But what do we? And then sometimes we don't. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday where we make this kind of U-shape and explosion back on through around. So what? And maybe we don't see any more highs. Maybe we dump on away and we don't see anything higher than a start. So I just want you guys to start looking at ASTC, the barn burner in the small cap market this week, from 2 to 69 essentially. What will be the high of the week coming up this week? And again, real quickly, we got to give a little love to Steve and Caesar there. Love it. So there we go. And again, Nigel, how we doing tonight? Of course, thank you for coming, Mom, over. My mom's in here. That's actually my mom. So that Husky mom, that's right. My mom's into Huskies. She's got like 14 of them, I think, as many. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'd probably start tricking someone in chat. Joe, how we doing, my man? Of course, chatting it up with everyone in chat. Nigel, Ingrid, Groundhog. All right, so let's go back to the futures market, to our fivers traders. And again, how about this even actually real quickly? Another round of applause and a little for Alejandro and Caesar joining the fivers and the futures program. Immediately a couple weeks ago, or however long ago, when you guys joined us on Friday Night Live, immediately Michael Katz and Gil said, hey, I love it. I feel like a coach and recruiting over here, and they're like, hey, who are these guys? And I'm like, hey, let me tell you who this gal and guy is. So glad to have you joining the fivers, and so you can look forward to having Alejandra and Caesar joining them soon. They know so much, and especially here over the last year, doing really good in the futures market. So they'll be joining the fivers. Congratulations. And I want you guys to join us. And of course, I'll be heading the YouTube side of things when it comes to streaming here on Trade the Pool. So I want crossover events. I want you guys on us. I want us over on the fivers. And then
absolutely.
And then moving forward, we got Wolf Trading. We got Trader TV. I want to keep moving the name and the brand and getting as many views and viewers that we can. And add to the list. So let's go to the futures market. Alejandro, Caesar, we'll start ladies first. How was your week? How do you feel about that 30K getting hit? What do you think about moving into next week?
I had a pretty good week. I was trying to take it easy because I want to focus more on my execution and following the rules of my strategy. So I was training my mind to remove myself away from the dollar amount and take look at it as like a project, as like a mini project, and the data behind everything that I'm doing. So like going into it with like, how's my mindset, how am I feeling, because for me doing all that is much more important than actually like taking those trades and making those profits or making those wins, because that's going to come with great trades. But what determines a great trade is the psychology behind it. So for me, that's been the biggest struggle. And I know that once I master this, we'll have that breakthrough that I'm looking for. So um, I don't like trading the market when it's at all-time highs. So I've been looking at other instruments like gold, silver, and oil. And I've just been more like looking at what it does and how it moves, just because this is my first time looking at other instruments in the futures market. So it's, I don't know, yeah. I'm excited also because I like just signed up for the Fivers, and the fact that I'm gonna be live on YouTube like at 6 in the morning, which is not really my thing. I'd rather be on like really late.
Welcome to the prime time, baby. You wanted it, and now you get it.
Welcome to prime time.
I know. So I have to get used to this new schedule, and it's gonna be interesting. So live streaming for the first time, live streaming futures for the first time at 6 in the morning.
All right, you got a little love. Hey, you got some love in chat. You got some love in chat real quickly. The Pata Puerto Toriuma. Anyway, like, of course, they Hola Alejandra, and of course, yeah, speaks some Espanol. She definitely does, and that's what I want real quickly.
Hablo español, sí, claro.
Yeah. So we have. I want to bring more of that too, because we want to talk about that when we get some more females on here, get some different ethnicities on here, and they're speaking different languages, because we have people like Smoked Tuna. We got people over in Europe. We've got people over in South America. We've got people in Australia. We've got people in Asia. So I want to get different people so you guys feel comfortable, right? More females for sure as well. I've said this for how long? You know, Ali, you know this. Out to the Salines of the world, to the Ingrids of the world. There's not a lot of women that do this, so I want you girls out there to know that we appreciate you, and that you don't have to be put in the background or sit up against the wall as a wallflower. You can be right up the front with all of us and lead the charge, because you know what you're doing, and you're a really strong, not only personality and woman, but then you know what you're doing. So kudos to you. So love to you. Love to you, love. Now over to Caesar. Caesar, my man.
What's up?
Yeah,
Talk to me.
How we feel about that 30K? Where are we going next week? We going up more? We going down?
We're going up more. I'm excited. I'm happy about the 30K reach. As we spoke about the previous week, I was targeting this area. Now, based on the current sentiment, and there's just massive explosion with more earnings in the tech sector, I'm projecting possibly 31, 32K on NASDAQ before we do a flip. And I'm seeing 8K, maybe 8,100 on ES, and it's just been great, man. It's just been a beautiful buy the dip scenario. Despite some negative headlines, I mean the headlines have been going back and forth. One minute we have a deal, next minute we don't have a deal. Last Sunday, and actually like last Sunday, the U.S. Struck Iran, but it didn't really affect the market. The market still gapped up. So it's gotten to a point where the market has been desensitized to, all these different headlines of, oh, Iran got attacked, or Iran attacked this person or that person. So, which is really good. And again, with the fundamentals, with companies continuously blowing earnings out of the water, I'm projecting 31 to 32K, 31K at least next week, 32K in the weeks coming. We might see some sort of a retracement upon the first Fed meeting. So, we got a new Fed chair, right? Was it Kevin Warsh? So, we'll see how the first meeting goes. I'm expecting possible a retracement then, but overall, it's just buy the dip until the narrative change. And some people, they don't like trading all-time highs. But honestly, it's like if you see that the trend is just moving forward, you just wait for it to, retrace to a stop. You get on and you continue based off of the higher time frame. There are some things that I use, pivot points, to be able to plot higher levels that have yet to be tested. So, like for example, today I took a long on the Nasdaq. I was looking at the 4 hour and I saw that the 4 hour was forming a bull flag, right? So if you pull up an NQ 4 hour time frame, this morning it was forming a bull flag. It was wedging between, I want to say between 30,260 and 30,320, no, 340. And I got long pre-market, and we had this nice massive explosion all the way to 30,500 and change, closed out, and it was just a beautiful day. I also rode ES as well from 75.90 to 76.10.
Nice. My
It
man.
was a good day. It's been a beautiful
We,
run. And again, like some people can't trade all time highs, but it's like if you see, it's like when you're trading a low float or a penny stock that's just running, right? You wait for some sort of a retracement to either create a higher low on whatever time frame you're looking at, whether it's the 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, and then once you see it create a base, now you have a point of reference where, okay, I can enter here, I can risk whatever your risk parameter is, whether it be percentage based or whether it be a dollar amount based. Normally for me, I like to risk about 20 points for my entry, and if I'm really confident in my analysis, I tend to size up as the trade goes in my favor. But it was a really good day.
oh yeah, man, it's been
That's
like
awesome.
you said, great run. No point to get in front of the freight train here. I love all
No.
time highs. Yeah, I guess some people are scared of it. Reminds me of 23 into 24. We had a few back then running all time highs. Remember Microsoft trading it, even Google at the time, and whatever it was. A few of them hitting all time. I mean, of course, NVIDIA, SMCI. Now you just have it's multiplied by X amount, right? It's like and it's great. It's good to see that because to me it does build cleaner charts because like you were saying, you just wait for certain retracements. You don't have to wait for is that going to be it? But is that going to be it? I don't know. We've been in this chat. Is it that going to be? No, we're creating this new charting, so there's only so much you can go by, and then everyone's reading those areas. So
Yeah.
it makes it much easier. And so let's keep pivoting around here. And I want to pivot to the guy right below me, at least on my side, which or at least what I'm looking at would be Sterling.
Sterling.
Sterling. And so I think you also have now moved over to the futures market. So how has the futures been treating you when you can trade here? And of course, we've talked ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Just tell the traders that journey. I mean, honestly, just we have the streamers kind of like surrounding Sterling, and Sterling is our buddy who likes to come on and just chat with us. He's been around for a while, whether it's Trade the Pool, myself, and live stream. But he's a trader that's still trying to get the positive, consistent trading down, which I love. So he loves talking about his journey. So yeah, just talk about the last couple of weeks, buddy.
Yeah. So, as you know, I like to learn from all you guys. I try to watch as many videos, old videos that I always recommend to people. Just even if it's 2-3 years ago, they should watch. I checked in the past with Caesar because he has like videos from another years, and I recommend it. Even people say, "Oh, it's 3 or 4 or 5 years ago." No, just watch it because you don't have to maybe watch the 3 hours, but you can just go and fast forward to whatever parts of the videos that you're interested in. It helps. So I've been getting more comfortable with futures. I'm basically, just using levels, and I'm just now working with my, mental. So it's been a good week for me. But I messed up on Friday because I just broke my rules. I was trying to, I like to go short, but as Cesar was saying, all week I was making around like $600, $200 every day, locking myself out, and I was just going with Nasdaq, going long, waiting for a pullback, some support, and just going with that. Took a few shorts, everything good. But then on Friday, I was waiting for the in Asia when it opened at 6, and for some reason I was trying when it was like a 610, it was like at $30,300, and for some reason I said, well, I want to see if the next 5 minute candle is gonna keep breaking. And I don't know why, for some reason when that 5 minute candle went red, I've been cutting losses all week, doing a great, fantastic. Like for some reason I didn't do it. I said, well, you know what? I'm just gonna put another order here, and again it kept going down, and at the end it got me out. I got a stop limit, lost like $1,000, and it will block my account so I don't blow the account, and it happens. So that's the only thing I'm struggling. But I'm getting very comfortable with, and just I'm very simple. I'm not that technical guy. I just put my levels in and go. If I want to short, if it goes to a high of the day, I retest, try to short or just try to go long. And I'm getting very comfortable, trying to learn and try to size really small, because that's why that's my weakness.
Well,
I love
a lot of traders struggle with that, my man. So don't think you're the only one with that.
Definitely. Sterling, one thing that jumped out at me, let's see. Uh, I'm going to lose my train of thought. Sorry, Josh. Shoot, what were you saying? You were just saying it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I'll come back to you when I have it. I'm sorry. I psyched myself
Okay.
out.
But the sizing?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't about sizing. It was. Oh, I remember. Okay, so it's decision fatigue. Apologies, ADD here.
For the
Essentially,
Friday, for that I messed up, right?
all like it's. Yeah. Essentially, it's like the end of the week. You were doing really well up until that
Really good.
point. You were doing the thing, and I always say like I'm really good at this until I'm not. Like as human beings, we're really good at certain aspects that we can practice with discipline until we kind of use up our kind of like willpower meter or our decision. There's a thing called decision fatigue. Essentially, we only really make a certain amount of sharp decisions each day. It could vary person to person, but that's going to be expended. And especially at the end of a long week, that's really easy to happen. So for me personally, I trade super small on Fridays because I know it's just an area where it's like the home stretch. You're almost there. Your mind ain't what it used to be on that Monday morning with your cup of coffee, especially, I mean, I've seen it happen at the very end of a Friday too. It doesn't even have to be just at the beginning of the day. So just, I don't know. I trade smaller because it's really hard to avoid like recognizing that you're not cognitively sharp when you're not cognitively sharp. So it's just easier for me to have these kind of safeguards. Like I know historically, it's kind of like seasonality for my own head, right? Seasonality wise, Fridays are bad for me. So I just trade lighter on Fridays because I know it's not my best time in the markets. So I don't know if that helps at all.
Yes. No, it does, because it's same for me, and I don't know. It's kind of, I got like pros and and in any, like during the week I've been having those. I've been, let me cut this. I cut with $50 loss, and then when I saw it clear, I went back. And I end up the day $400, and I just lock myself. I'm happy. $200, I'm happy. For some reason, I like to I'm more comfortable shorting. So you will think, you should have cut your loss, your long trade, and just jump on short. But for some reason I didn't do it, and that's a lesson learned, and that's something that it gets me, because I lost like 300 accounts because of that, and now I'm saying, okay, just change strategy, just go size very small, and that's how I'm doing it. I was doing like these 2 weeks. I'm still up on the month. This week I'm up like $300, but I was up almost $2,000. So that's the difference,
Sterling,
So-
it sounds like Sterling is a really good trader as long as Sterling doesn't get in the way of Sterling. That's what I'm hearing. Because I'm hearing Sterling can make some big bucks pretty consistently as long as Sterling doesn't get control of the wheel. So let's
And I
just
like-
I think
just
we're
figure
both
out how
on
to.
the same page. You're not alone.
Yeah, and I love futures because of I don't know, a lot of you know, but it's my work schedule and everything. So I kind of found this is for my schedule is the best. I can
Mhm.
I can hop in at 6 p.m. and I'm trading for the next day. I've been locking myself the day before, so at Wednesday 6 p.m. I was already locking for Thursday. So, and I'm comfortable with that. So that's something that at least I found. I know this is the time frame that I can trade. Unfortunately, I cannot do it during the day. Like I love regular stocks, but I cannot now. So at least I found that.
All right, before we move on, because I want to get over to this will be a fun little segment we can do just for other traders, like kind of like I watch ESPN shows. This kind of reminds me of something that you would see on that. But before we get to that, Steve, you got your chart up like you want to show something. What do we want to talk about, Steve?
Well, I was kind of following along as guys were just talking about their levels, their setups. I'm in it for the love of the game. You didn't pull me up, but that's okay. I didn't. That's not why I pulled it up. I just wanted to kind of follow along in real time. I don't know.
Okay,
This was
okay.
Caesar was talking about this 4 hour bear flag or bull
Mhm.
flag, and I just love these 4 hour time frames. They're really good for kind of getting a framework for the day, and I've been really working on that, kind of how to frame a day for success. So kind of tying in what everybody was saying, you know, we're trying to figure out how to like hone this edge, and for me, like it's a pretty specific, you know, system for me of getting down time frame to time frame. And so I usually start at the hourly on my daily analysis. So and it's just reminding me I gotta stay humble. I gotta go back to the roots. Gotta go to the 4 hour chart because each one tells you basically half of a cash session. So you get a really good idea of like where that big liquidity is. So he was talking about this bull flag playing out, and it's no coincidence. That's where the big impulse moves died out, and it creates this big pivot level. So this one was actionable throughout the whole session, and you can just keep on kind of using these levels as ATMs, going, hey, this is a level that I think we're flipping into cash session. We get the big move up. When we backtest and reclaim, you can take some scalps looking long. You can just expect there to be kind of a transactional, like a level that you can keep playing off of and keep looking off of. And you can see that it just wants to springboard off of this and give you, at the very least, little scalps once you recognize, and this is the other concept that I was just thinking of while you guys were talking, once you recognize whether it is a day of consolidation or not, you know, because it's really important to not go looking for a trend day when it's not in the cards. And there's a lot of ways you can look for this. A few
Excuse me.
Bless you.
things I like to look for. Yeah, bless you. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries. A few things you can look for are whether the ATR is close to its maximum or its average or not. Like, for example, today, the ATR was very tight on NQ and especially on ES. It was like half of what it usually is, I believe. Yeah, 46% of the average true range. And you can kind of just see that compression in the charts. It looks like a big pennant. We're making a decision. And, you know, when it's a day like this, I always tell myself, all right, it's not the day to have these lofty expectations. Like yesterday, we had the potential for a big, nice trend day, and we did get that big break of range. It was a nice directional move of, I mean, on ES, almost a full percent there. So that was good money if you caught the long. But, you know, it'd be greedy to just expect that every day. So it makes sense, you know, we go through expansion, then we go through compression here. So on days like this, you can still trade if you're an everyday trader. And a lot of professional traders, I think, excel when they know, like, when to run which model, which program, right? So on these days, I'm fading extreme moves to either direction, and I'm expecting us to come back home to the middle pivot, right? So we get up here in this red zone, and it's probably likely that we're going to come right back on down to the open, to the VWAP, to the moving averages, and then we overshoot that. Okay, well then when we see some momentum going this way, maybe on a 1 minute chart, we look for the classic, you know, bottoming structure of one move down and a lower move up. And when it breaks through there, you can look for that scalp back to the midpoint. And you can just keep kind of looking for little areas to make a little bit of money, but knowing that your expectations aren't going to be to the moon. They're probably not going to just go straight to the moon here. It allows you to kind of just look for your spots, pick your spots, and take these small moves. These, like, usually I get like 1 to 2 trades of these kind of days, and the fade here, you see it lose the ribbons, back test, and then you get a nice little short there to VWAP, take some off. Maybe you stick with the trade and you get down here. But in general, just not batting for a home run every time will, you know, really help you to keep the analogy going. You'll strike out a lot less. And so that's been helping me just kind of, yeah,
All right.
yeah, exactly.
Let's do
That's
GE.
what I got.
GE looking good this week too. You get 15 seconds, or you get shut up, and I'll mute you. GE this week, up or down? I say up. You get 15 seconds right now to look at it. I say GE up for the week. I say we continue up and test what looks to me to be all-time highs, 350 area. But I do say green and up this week. So take 323.76. 323.76. That is where we close the week at. Are we green from there or red from there? I say green. You got 15 seconds. 15. 14.
That's going green.
Okay, all right, we go green. All right, what do we go, Caesar? What do we got?
Green.
Joe, what do we got? Unmute, 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 unmute.
Green.
All right. Oh, we're
Green,
going
green.
green. Okay, Alejandra, green or red?
340s.
Green.
Oh no! Steve, are you going to go against the odds here? Are we going green or
I
red?
really wanted Josh, but I gotta go green.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I feel like I want to start doing that. Kind of reminds me of like, hey, you're going to Bills versus Broncos, and everyone's voting for the Broncos, of course, to win the game. But what do we got, Sterling? What?
I was gonna say, what do you guys think? You guys know that? Well, I know for a co-worker that she has some insider people in SpaceX. You guys know that that's going public
Public.
in June
Yeah.
12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
How do you guys think that's gonna affect, even Tesla and all? In
Well,
general, the
definitely.
market.
Initially spiked.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah, I'll definitely
I
say
feel
next.
the world's gonna end, so that's the operation.
Generally, I'm expecting a spike. I mean, I spoke about this in one of the last was it last week, where my play on SpaceX is via TSLL, where it's a 2x ETF bullish leverage on Tesla. So instead of going and spending, let's say, a quarter of a mil to purchase a couple hundred shares of Tesla, I'm just playing TSLL because I'm expecting a possible rumor of merger or maybe even a potential buyout. Rumors. So, which either way, whether it ends up being true or false, I'm just playing it for that initial play. So TSLL, I'm targeting like a little over $20 a share, which would probably bring Tesla over $500 a share. And then once that happens, I'm pretty done with the play, and then I'll look for another opportunity. But that's my play on it.
Yeah.
And no, I will not be purchasing SpaceX with IPOs. Generally, I like to wait a few. I like to wait a few months, let the hype settle down, get a good retracement. Maybe, and then once it does a good retracement and it bottoms out or it creates a base, then I'll look to see where the story is and if it's worth putting in a massive position or just a beginner.
Yeah, that's what I said to these people because they invested like this. My coworkers like, well, I invested like 50K. I'm like, I mean, a lot of IPOs that I see, normally they come even down lower than what you guys buy it, and there's a lot of opportunity. So, I mean, as you said,
Wait. To clarify, he's invested in SpaceX or
yeah,
invested in
my
one of these funds
my
to own like
coworker did, no, actually in SpaceX, yeah.
like a well, then I'm sure he's gonna make a pretty penny selling into us normal people who
It depends
don't have it.
because
It depends, yeah.
it depends because people that get in pre-IPO, they're locked in. They're locked in for at least
Hmm.
a year or
Hmm.
two. So within that year, so let's say for example, we're
Imagine they're buying
IPOing.
$106 a share. Imagine they're
Yeah,
buying.
right. So
I
let's
have
say
no idea.
the first year it get let's say it IPOs, it's scheduled to open up at, let's say, maybe 50. It opens up at 100. Then you have to hold it for a year. Within that year, it ends up coming down sub what it was
Yeah,
projected to open at, right? So now it's sub 50. So yes, then you're basically
yeah,
left holding the bag. So the people that will make out are people that like end up getting it, probably like in the lows pre-evaluation. But and this is again like anyone retail wise, it's like you're better off just waiting for it to IPO, let it settle down, right? And then if it does end up, continue to move and it stays up there, just find sympathy plays, right? Companies that are going to be providing them with the products or the raw materials or services, because those collaboration or association with SpaceX is going to cause those share prices to go. I mean, and that's something I used to play a lot when I did equities. Is if there was a particular sector that was hot, and let's say there was one company that was like super expensive. Let's use Nvidia for example, right? When Nvidia was at a freaking $1,000 a share, I was playing AMD, right? And I was playing Intel because they were in the same space, but they were the cheaper option where my money could go a lot further if any of them spiked 20-30%.
Love it.
All right, Miss Alejandra, we'll go back to you, get some more knowledge from you. So back to you too. Do you agree with Caesar? We going up next week? You agree with that? When do we and I also want to say this. We'll even ask from you. Where do you, if you want to get into a dip buy for NQ, there a good level you're looking at right now? As in, do you invest? That's what I was going to ask you. Is there any investing for you, or is it still just day trading?
Who, me?
Just day trading.
No,
Oh,
Alejandro. Yeah, Alejandro.
Yeah, just day trading for now. I don't know. To me, it's weird how like inflation is rising, gas prices are extremely high. There's a lot of people in debt. Like, I don't know. I hear a lot of people complaining about layoffs, but then like we have like the war going on in the background, and then like just there's so much happening where like now at this point it's like kind of hard to trade fundamentally, in my opinion, because it could be like up and down and kind of unpredictable. And since I've never really traded fundamentals, just technical analysis, I'm more short biased. It's kind of hard to like just look at M and Q or QQQ or SPY. And it's just interesting to watch, like to listen and watch. And in the meantime, I'm just looking at other instruments, and then or like I do option plays on some other companies where I can scalp like a day trade play, you know?
Yeah. Real quickly, Real Trader Vibes. Love it. What's going on here? I'm new to YouTube. Recommended this video. Does everyone trade? Yes, around the board. I've been trading for 8 years, small caps and large caps, long, short, options as well, equities mostly. Caesar, my man, trades futures. He trades it all. He's been around even longer myself.
Been around 14 years next month.
There you go. Sterling, this is one of my newer traders, right? He's been doing it for about a year-ish or so, maybe up to 2 years. How long, Sterling? How long has it been? 2. But he's still working his way through he's now into the futures market, doing some prop from space. And so he's which I want to get, you guys on. Just a normal average trader, not a streamer, just someone that works, has a 9 to 5, but he wants to share experience. Sterling, that's my man Sterling. We got Joe. He's been trading almost as long as Caesar for quite a long time. Just like Caesar, in the same space as the Tim Sykes. I was in the later era of Tim Sykes, but he also got me into the game. And then we have Steve, the Achieve. He's been in it for about 5 years now. He's trading the large cap space, mostly equities, but he dabbles into futures, and he can trade pretty much any chart you throw in front of him. And then there's Alejandra. How about that one? She's on the West Coast. She's amazing. She trades futures. She's been doing it for about 3, almost 4 years now, right? 3 years for sure, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there you go. So, yes, we all trade. Myself, Caesar, Steve, Alejandro, and Joe Joe does kind of stream. He helps us out here on the Trade the Pool stream. He's so busy elsewhere, or he probably would be streaming live. But he helps our Discord as well. He's the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. That's Florida Joe. So, yeah, most of us definitely stream live and all traders. So glad you could join us tonight. We appreciate you coming over here, my man. But, yeah, it's I would say between all of us, it's 50-ish years of stock trading, probably somewhere in there. Boyce Crypto says, I argue the market is cheap at current levels. Unlike the past, the earnings are running ahead of where market currently stands. There's a strong argument the market has many legs left. And Steve throws his hands up high in the air.
Agreed.
Steve, go ahead.
Can't hear you, Steve.
And then you're muted again, dang it. Say, unmute me. He says, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, Steve. Nope. Steve has so much to say, and he's so excited to just chime right on in. And Caesar, you agree?
What about this?
Yeah. What about now?
Yeah.
You
There
agree?
we go.
You agree with what Boyd said?
There you go. Yep. Yeah, good.
I didn't change anything. What's going on? Could you hear me earlier?
Yes. I don't
Was
know.
I talking to myself?
Yeah. No, you were talking. All of a sudden, we couldn't hear you out of nowhere.
You're gaslighting me. You're like, everybody else is quiet, so I'm pretty sure every time I was talking. Okay. Anyways, what the hell are we talking about?
Someone said something about the market has more up. So I agree with him where as far as like the market still has more leg to the upside. Not necessarily that it's cheap. I mean, there in a high market, like there are still a lot of opportunities. You just have to go out and seek them. But as far as the market still having a few leg ups, I'm totally on board with that. Like the narrative, the story has not changed to where we can expect a decent pullback. I mean, and who knows if within the next couple of weeks we get an actual official deal and unwind of the war. which is just going to send the market even further higher. So yeah, it's definitely has some more upside. There are some companies that are, yes, overvalued or they're really expensive, and then you want to either look for or find things that are undervalued.
Yeah, no, yeah, I
Caesar,
agree. Yeah.
I love that. Can I jump in because I
No.
want to
Yeah.
just I will take the counterparty to some of your trades here, Caesar, just for the sake of argument here. I'll even say, hey, why not? Let's call the market cheap right here because you know what? Everybody's saying we're at .com era levels of bubble and that we're going to do the same thing. Sure, we are going to blow off the top at some point. Does that mean it's at this point here? I don't think so. I think we have room to run, especially compared to .com bubble evaluations. You look at these companies, they're putting real earnings up on the board. Each quarter is a new surprise. We're seeing more and more areas of the market participate. And this is why in the last couple of years of bullishness, when it was mostly 7 stocks lifting up the whole of the market, and everybody was saying, that's so bearish. What happens when they go down? The breadth is so narrow. My stocks that I picked individually are going down. I don't care. Cry about it. Buy Meta, buy Google. That's what you should have done. And now all of the rest of the market can come together. We can use that breadth to go even higher. It's all good. I'll tie it all together in a little bow. It's just like what's happening in the semiconductor sector right now. Everybody's going, the top is in, it's too much. Every time there's like one tiny red candle, everybody's so convinced the top's in, they start buying stocks S. It's insanity. At the end of the day, the biggest thing I'm seeing is everywhere on Twitter, people are so bearish because Nvidia can't rally with the market. I'm seeing Nvidia coming back into support. I'm seeing the monthly rebalancing starting or ending now. I'm seeing one of the most important integral names to the AI narrative at support and starting to find a bid. So I think that we get carried the next leg higher on the backs of stocks like Nvidia or any of the companies that haven't been participating in this rally, which there's still a good amount. So when I look around the semiconductor industries, I see a lot of charts that have a lot of room despite them being elevated. That never stopped any cyclical from going higher, for longer than anybody wants to admit. So there's so many bears in my community. They're coming out of the woodworks now. And I just keep telling them, no, stop. Don't do this. Just go long. It's so much easier. You're hurting yourself. It's poisoning your brain. Going long SPY is a bet on humanity, on human ingenuity, and figuring the shit out as we go along. So do your part for your country and buy some SPY. How about that? Don't
And
be a
also,
bear.
and buy some trade the pool. We got real trader vibes saying, and do you all trade prop firms or no? Because I'm a prop firm trader right now. I've never seen your page, but I for sure will subscribe since the algo recommended. Well, of course, that's why you're here. Because yes, we all do trade prop firms, and that's what trade the pool is, limited risk trading. We have a 5K eval all the way up to 200K evals. We're going to be doing something called Trading World Championship coming up on June the 8th. Joe, do you have that link out there to put out in chat right now? That would be amazing.
I'm going to put it out right now and
do it because we have $20,000 in cash prizes we'll be giving away starting June the freaking 8th through the 25th. So the June the 8th through the 19th will be when we give away the $20,000 of cash prizes, and then somewhere around the 11th through the 19th, something along those lines, we'll have $1 million in eval giveaways. That's right. You can win up to $1 million in evaluation giveaways for predicting World Cup. So it has to deal with the World Cup. So we have the World Cup coming up. So what better way to have a challenge? And we have a Trading World Championship where we're giving up $20,000 in cash prizes, $1 million in evaluation prizes, and there's daily prizes as well. There's a lot we're going to be giving away.
Cash.
How
They've
do
never
people
done cash
sign up?
before. Listen, if you make it to the you trade in the semifinals starting I don't have my calendar up here. June 8th through the 12th.
Yep.
You can start with if it's an all-out battle royal. It's like P&L crazy. Who's going to trade the best?
Who's got the best? Yeah. Who's
then
got the best?
You make it to week 2. You could potentially, if you're the front runner in week 1 and week 2, and you win it all, $10,000 in cash prize.
Can we join this, or is it just for people that I know?
I was about to have the same thing.
Go for it. I can't. But
We can't. Dang.
Wait, we can't?
I mean, we're part of the pool.
I don't know if I can. Maybe I can.
Family, guys.
Maybe I
Come
can.
on in.
I want to trade. Let's go.
I haven't actually.
Please, guys.
What's
Give
up,
some
Sterling?
opportunity. I'm saying let some opportunities, for us.
Yeah, Sterling said, "Yo, you give me the ideas, I'll answer them." Yeah. Now Sterling's in the he's in the running. You should definitely win it for. It'll be like you're our horse in the race. We'll be like,
I already
I
signed for
don't
the
know.
futures.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I'll be rooting for you. I also wanted to point out real quick, Boyce Crypto. I like this guy, man. He's saying exactly what I'm talking about. We're so far away from bubble territory, and it basically the software that we're seeing with these earnings this past couple days. That's a lot of money that's been on the sidelines just trading sideways. Microsoft has such a big market cap; it's just starting to break out.
Dude,
Amazon's
yeah.
coiling. So many big stocks, they're ready to go here. He's
Uh-huh.
saying even fintech, all of these unloved areas of the markets, biotech, I'm watching that setting up, ready to go. I think we're going to have an everything rally and everybody's going to hate it. And it's going to be awesome, guys. So don't
Not
miss out.
everyone. I'm not.
No,
I know. I need to
everyone out
stop being
there.
so bearish.
Yeah, the Bears are getting crushed right now. I mean,
Mhm.
continuously
I
thinking
can't
like
see over this.
the people that are continuously trying to trade shorts without actually having the charts line up are they're just trying to impose their will on the market. And we've spoken about this before where the market can stay in overbought territory a lot longer than people think they it can. I mean, I was a victim of that a couple of years ago, and it was not fun, and I had to throw my hands up and take the L. So yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
So,
See,
learning
yeah.
to read the market in the opposite direction. So sometimes I'll invert the chart so I can like see it in a bearish way, and then I get a little more confidence, and then I'm like, all right, girl, you got this. You don't have to be a bear today.
Wait, Alejandra. So you flip the chart upside down to get bullish?
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, I need to
That's
see it in a
awesome.
bearish way so I can like see if it has room to run to the downside.
right.
You are truly unique because I think I swear there's a study that like because I know that I flip a chart the opposite way so that I can get in the mindset of like because
I
I
don't
want to
know
see
if
that
all.
everything
Listen,
is bullish, you
I
know?
don't know if Alejandro remembers this, but who taught you that on TOS you could put a negative sign in front of it? Yeah,
Ooh,
that was me
that's
over here
awesome.
that taught you how to do that. Because I taught traders that for years. Like, well, if you're so bearish, flip it upside down. It'll help you get bullish, or vice versa. So yeah, no, that dude, that's I love how look. Do you see this? I feel like it's Twilight Zone. Like, do you see this trader? So here I preach it. Now we got Alejandro. Then you got Steve talking about it. This isn't a joke, guys. This is for real stuff. Like Steve, real stuff, right?
What do you think about this, Josh?
Yes. You keep
Small
blocking me out
scalper.
here, Josh. I can't see it. I need to get a higher camera. I'm like, I feel like you guys can't hear me when that's over my face. I like to start yelling. Sorry. What
You
was
did
your
that on
what's up?
purpose, Steve. No, just
That's
kidding.
okay. I know I deserve it. Yeah, shut me up. But you're also blocking yourself, and more importantly, Joe Alejandra. So maybe think about them. How about that?
I don't know. I think Joe put the small scalper question up, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No. It's a
Yeah.
good question.
We're back and forth. We're back and forth with who's putting stuff.
I got a face for radio, so that's.
Oh no,
that's
you
cool.
don't. We all have a face for TV. That's we're on it tonight. But no,
There
that's
we go.
awesome. Yeah, I love how we were doing that. So you said there's a study though, right? You said there's a study out.
Yeah, I'll have to find it, but essentially, like our minds are programmed to be like bullish. We want to see charts go up. We think charts just go up. Spoiler alert: they kind of do.
Yeah.
Most of them, most of them. Most of the ones I trade. So for me, if I flip a chart, it seems easier for me to kind of latch onto the pattern and go, oh, that looks like bullish but upside down. So, oh, that's bearish. I'm like a caveman, it's like, oh, this is the opposite of it. So it literally is just activating your caveman brain so you can just like stop, just reality check yourself essentially in just a different way, a visual way.
Love it.
So I'll have to find that study. I could have hallucinated that, but
No, I mean,
Well,
I bet you're right because I thought I did for the longest time until Nos brought it up one day when I talked about journaling and charting or tracking stuff, and I always wrote stuff down. And I was like, I swear, some teacher back in the day back when I was in college, brought up the study that said when you actually write down your notes, like handwrite your notes versus type, because that's when laptops were finally getting big, in college. Like when you write it down, you'll actually learn it more and faster and deeper, or whatever. There was a study out. And then Nos like backed that up one day. I was like, holy shit, I thought that was like a true thing. And so, yeah.
That's 100% true, and it's the exact same thing because that's neuroplasticity, right? It's basically it's forcing your brain to grow more connections and get buffer. You're
Right.
working out your brain when you do this. So that's what it's all about, and that's really what technical analysis is kind of all about. Like we kind of like to pretend like it's some crazy like science. It's like kind of just pattern recognition, to different degrees. So like it's all about just connecting these things and once you see it, you can never unsee it. Like becoming a technical analyst. What was that?
I was gonna say, yeah, totally, because like I learned how to short, like that's all I learned. And then when I started learning option contracts, I was learning more of like the behind the scenes of the contracts, like choosing it, why choosing it, the expiration, what is a contract, like all the little details, not really like how to read the chart and why we should choose calls over puts. So because I started with more of like the like price action and technical analysis, I only remembered and programmed myself to see a bearish chart and when to enter in a bearish momentum. And then I remember AK, I would always short like high of days. And you're like, why are you shorting high of days? And I'm like, because it's reaching resistance. And he's like, but it's not giving you confirmation. This thing can still go higher. And I'm like, but why? So
because we're smart. People are great. Humanity's awesome. SPY goes up. Alejandra, come on. Why don't you join the team?
yeah, so anyway, I the only other way that I learned to go long was through bull flags trading penny stocks, and that shit was traumatizing AF because even if you start loading on the pullbacks and then it takes liquidity before it goes higher and you're now like big size, and 2000 shares is a lot for the penny world, and it just crashes immediately out of nowhere and you're down like 3,000, 4,000 bucks, and it's like if you don't have a stop loss, like you're cooked. And so I think it traumatized me to go long, and I'm like, nah, I rather short. I rather short.
Well, whenever I started trading penny stocks, I was like, I totally get it because so I'll go one step further. Not only do they often fail, there's a really, really fascinating interview with a guy who used to do market making. It's literally called Confessions of a
Oh,
Market Maker, and
wow.
it's a great listen. His name's JJ, the VWAP trader. He does really good stuff too. He's a futures trader, so if you guys trade futures, this is a completely free plug for this guy because he's just such a good educational source. But he talks about how he would essentially, as a market maker for these small cap stocks, he would construct a pattern almost like with where he was putting his buys and sells and the way he was managing the market to lure people, unfortunately like you and me, Alejandra, into these setups. It just to rug us, and it's
That's fucked up.
easier on low liquidity stuff on these like boiler room penny stock things, and I'm sure at least in theory there's more regulation nowadays, but it sure doesn't feel like it
Yeah.
sometimes looking at these charts.
Fucking
And all I
JJ.
know is all I know is with SPY, it's really hard for anybody to rug me, and it's hard. I don't. Faith doesn't come easy for me. Belief doesn't come easy for me. So I don't trust these guys, but I do trust the numbers, and I feel safe going long with an ETF which is comprised only of stocks and companies that are winning at life. And if you're not, get out. That's how SPY works. So that makes
Yeah.
me feel good just putting money in there every month. And I'm getting so distracted. That watermelon looks delicious.
All right, PDT rule. Let's get back to it before we get too
Yeah.
off track. What do you guys think? We'll go around in order here. I'm going to give just a quick briefing of I don't see how it affects the futures market. There's why anyone that's like, oh, I can trade with 3K. Why would they go there? So, but I'll still start with Caesar and go round table from there. So it's going to be a Caesar. Then we're going to go over to Sterling, then Joe, Alejandra, Steve, and I'll end it with my full thoughts. But Caesar, PDT rule. Changes on
Yes.
10 to 4th onward. What are your thought processes? What market, what sectors does it affect first and onward into the future? Give me your thoughts.
All right. So PDT coming, getting lower down to 2K. It's going to affect penny stock, small caps, right? The low flow sector. That's where it's going to have the most, I guess, volatility and increase in participation. It's not going to affect the futures market because the futures and commodities never had PDT to begin with. As long as you have the margin required to take control of however many contracts, whether micros or minis, and there's a variety of different brokerages out there that you can trade. You could trade micros and sub micros for like $25 or $50. So if you have $100 account, you could flip that. Obviously, trading either through Trader Pool or the Fiverr, which is, you don't have to be concerned with having such a large amount of money into the account, which you had a better ROI. For a short period, we are going to have an influx. I mean, there's going to be a great amount of opportunities to make money, but there's going to be a ton of people that are just going to lose their shirts because not because of maybe so much of a strategy. Maybe they're coming in undisciplined, and there's a great number of people that they're seeing. People posting P&Ls. Oh, this person made $5,000. This person made 50 grand. This person made 300 grand. But the question that they're not asking themselves is, what size account is this person trading with, and what's their level of expertise, right? Someone that makes this look easy, they didn't just start a week ago. They didn't start 6 months ago. They've put in years, countless hours. And I'm pretty sure I can go
Years.
off on a limb and say anyone that's become successful in this has blown accounts, like
100%.
whether
Yes.
personal capital or funded,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So the people that, when people, they've asked me about the whole PDT as well. And I'm like, take that $2,000 and take a 20% of it and buy yourself a prop firm account, because a prop firm account is going to allow you to get real time experience with that emotional attachment, right? Because a lot of people, they'll paper trade, but the thing with paper trading is, it's fake, so there's no emotional attachment. And anyone that, when you first start trading, when you have, I guess, skin invested in it, and you get into a trade and the trade starts going against you. Like, I remember my first experience where my palm started to get sweaty. My
Yeah.
temperature started to get hot, and I'm just like, I'm feeling like hot flashes. And it's just like that. You need to experience that. And when you do the prop space, you put money up, so you're gonna have that emotional attachment. So I don't personally recommend, people that, oh yeah, the PDT rule is, it's almost like some of these prop firms that are like, oh, you could pass it in one day. Pass it in one day is feeding on the gamble in the person, where you can just degen, and you're like, oh, this only costs $50 or $30. Yeah, you buy one account, it's only $30. By the end of the day, it's like, shit, I spent $1,000. Yeah, because you weren't paying attention to the small increments. And so yeah, so recommendation for anyone watching this is, don't go open that brokerage account. Go get a prop firm, whether it be Trader Pool or whether it be the Fiverr or equities or futures. Get the feel for it. Learn the platform, because majority of these people that are coming in, they haven't taken the time to learn whatever specific platform they're gonna use. Some people are gonna default to Robinhood. I myself, I have a bone with Robinhood. I never use them, but I just don't like their security and the breaches that they've had. But as far as like beginners, I mean, it's to each their own. I'll say on that, and that's
Right.
my
Caesar,
spiel.
you're making such great points there. I just want to just elaborate just a little bit on a few of these because it's worth really hammering home. So first off, don't trust. I say this so many times. Don't trust anybody who's trying to give you trading advice who will say I've never blown an account. They're lying to you. They're lying to you.
Facts.
They have blown multiple accounts. I don't know a single trader who does this professionally, and I hang out with professional traders all day long in my community and others. And then they all be the first to admit they've blown a lot of accounts. They'll be the first to say they don't say this price is going here. They say I think this is what's going to happen. They say this is what
Yep.
I'm doing.
There's no
They're
certainty.
not. Exactly. It's just like a pro poker player when they get dealt some wild ass hand, and they get a great hand, and then somebody gets dealt an even better hand. They get a terrible bad beat. What do? Nothing. You see nothing on their face. I mean, unless you're Phil, what's his face, Helmuth. But you get what I'm saying. Like in general, it's like they know that it's the luck of the draw. It's the way she goes, so to speak.
Hmm.
So you got to roll with the punches there, and just also remember when you're seeing all of these stories on Wall Street Bets or whatever about people getting rich, it's survivorship bias. You're only seeing the winners. Just like when Chamath Palihapitiya starts talking politics and thinking he's some genius, it's like no, you just happen to be dumb enough and rich enough to start with to luck out, put all of your chips on black, and it hit black, and you did that 3 times in a row, and here we are. Like that's honestly the story of like over half of the billionaires in America. So survivalship bias is just it's really important to remember that what you see online is not reality. And like Caesar's saying, they are using this as a liquidity event. This is good for market makers. It's good for the hedgies that we all hate, yada, yada. The point is, don't be silly. Don't be dumb. Don't trade any different. That's what I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Keep trading your same system. Don't
Start. Hold
be
on.
the dollar.
I want to be. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a dead horse. So let's go to someone that's actually
Yeah.
struggled more so over the last, maybe year or so. Sterling, someone that's had to deal with the PDT rule. And
Yes.
you're over the futures now, but let's just talk about that. What's that like for someone like yourself now, Nell? That doesn't have to work with the PDT rule anymore, or for other traders like yourself that are still in the shoes that you are in.
Look, I will say that for my thing, like how I think about it, it's risky, and I don't like. For my experience, because for example, I blew a regular account. I went from $5,000 to $20,000, and I still didn't have the correct setups and everything. So for me, going to PD2 to 2000, a lot of people are gonna blow account. That's number one. They're gonna start following people. They're gonna think they're gonna make a lot of money, and it's gonna happen. So, from my experience, I love good, the prop firms. That's something that you're gonna get the touch of everything, and you can try with it, and it's different because you have $2,000 and you're just gonna hold $2,000 or $5,000, and you're just gonna hold them, hold the hope. Like I'm sure a lot of us did it in the past, and I learned so much, and prop firms helped me so much. And as you see, I'm still struggling right now. But if I had maybe a regular account, instead of losing 1,000, I would be losing 5,000 because I had that bad day that I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out. I couldn't cut losses, and I lost. Guess what? 5K.
What
In this.
happened?
So I would say to anybody, just like Cesar said, I recommend, because I went through that, and don't follow who like, and get a prop firm, and be smart. Don't you know? That's what I have to say.
That sounds like you have a lot of turmoil, some heartache built in for
Yeah. No, because it's and learn. Like I wish I had already my one-on-ones before I blew my other account, and So that's the base of everything. Keep learning. We're gonna fall. Like even traders like you guys, like I would say that you guys are experts. You're gonna have one bad day, but I remember Josh, you telling me in my one-on-ones, the thing that good traders, you have a bad day, but then okay, you had that bad day, and the next day you just forgot about it. You pass the page, and you're gonna. That's so. That does people
Yeah.
think. People think that oh no, nobody loses. Everything's a win. No, it's not. So be smart. Be smart, because this PDT is gonna blow a lot of accounts.
Sterling,
Yeah.
I love that, and it's really I just want to hit on the fact that it's a spectrum here, because like we do have people in here that have been doing this 10+ years, and that's what I consider like an expert, right?
Yep.
I've been doing it 7 years, and I don't consider myself an expert. I figure that I'm learning every single day, and I'm just on the path to being able to do this as the only thing I need for income. At this point, I've been consistently profitable for about 3.5 years. It was a rocky 3.5 years before that. I'll be the first to admit that. My biggest skill set is explaining concepts more than actually executing these trades, I think. So, it made sense for me to take the path of full-time trader and then falling from that, you burn out really fast. And so quality, balancing your life is very important. But Sterling, just you're on the right track. It's just like you were saying about avoiding those big losses. And so it's just a spectrum, because I'm not at the level of somebody like Josh or Caesar or Joe's been doing this for 14, 13, 15 years, And with that experience comes a lot more emotional temperament. But until then, you'll be somewhere in the middle like me, where I have my good weeks and I'm consistently profitable overall, but I still have those days where it's like, oh no, it's like a warning bell is going off, a fire alarm's going off, and I just have to have external things to keep me safe. Like I have rules that I stick to that are just intrinsic, that are agreements I make with myself before I even enter the arena. So, as long as I can stick to those, I'm allowed to trade. And one of those rules is that I have a certain max loss in any one day, because otherwise, Sterling, I'm just like you. That's the only difference between you losing, as much as you might have lost on any one of your days and me. It's just that I had that hard line. Because once we like fall off the bike, so to speak, like it's so hard to get back on. It'll be like everything you do is wrong. You'll lose 500 here, 300 here, 200 here before you even know it, and it'll just be gone. So it's all about just living to fight another day and remembering that it's just a process, guys. So just keep working, and progress isn't always linear. You'll have bad days and bad weeks, but don't give up. And then this is a great path to financial independence.
There we
Definitely
go.
Can I
best
ask
way.
a question real quick, Sterling? So, um, do you find yourself breaking your rules often?
Not often. So I learned about that was happened to me. But like for example, this last month, I'm not breaking my rules until these last 2 Fridays. I did broke my rules.
Okay. And so the reason I ask that is like, what do you do to hold yourself accountable to breaking your rules? So like something that I like to do is I like to bridge the whole expectations and reality, or with what we're doing with our everyday life, right? So in our everyday society life, if we break a rule, there's a consequence, right? So it's like, so when I ask holding yourself accountable to it is having some sort of thing that will be a consequence for when you break your rules. So for me, when I used to break my rules, I would still have to show up to the charts, and even if it was like an A+ setup, I could not trade it because that was my punishment, right? So my punishment is there to watch the chart, no matter the setup, don't take it, and then after that, I would have to read like 20 pages because I hate reading. Like I really don't like it. So things that I don't like that could end up being beneficial to you is what I would do as punishment, so that way I wouldn't have to be forced to do it.
That's a great advice. I do look at the chart, and that even gives me more. I'm like, you see, Sterling, if you were to wait and cut your losses, you will have the right trade. But no, it's like
Yeah.
so.
Can I
Yeah,
tap on
that's
that a little bit?
What is it?
Can I tap on that a little bit?
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, so I like what you said, Caesar, because I think that's great advice, not just to Sterling, but to like a lot of traders. But I'm just going to add a little bit that I wish like I heard when I first started punishing myself. When I would punish myself, I would be in this like negative state, and
mm,
then I would be like, um, maybe you shouldn't stop taking more clients just in case this doesn't work out, and make sure that you always have income coming in. And so it's always kind of like having that like, what if A doesn't work, have a B plan, right? And when you are like, when you know that you want something, you have to really put like all your eggs in one basket, but not 100% until you really feel like that's like you're ready to do that. So in order for me to punish myself, to become better instead of making me feel a little worse. I'm not saying that what you said was going to make him feel bad. I'm just saying like, just tapping onto that. I would punish myself by not trading the next day. And I would say, you're going to sleep in tomorrow, and you're going to meditate, and you're going to do self-care or self-love. And so then I would like force myself to meditate for like 15 to 30 minutes. I wouldn't look at the market. I stopped looking at the market. I would like be super excited to wake up at 5 in the morning, do my whole morning routine so I can start trading at 6:30. And then I would hop on at 6:30 because I was so excited, and then I would end up like losing a lot because the market didn't have structure and I was breaking my rules again. So then I'm like, okay, this isn't working. Like I have to have an actual system. So I had ChatGPT listen to my whole schedule. I straight up told her, on Sunday, this is what I do. On Monday, this is what I do. And I sent her a 5-minute voice message about my whole life. And she's like, it sounds like the days that you can trade are very limited, you know? And I'm like, excuse me. So, but no, like I actually took that into account because I'm like, I'm breaking the rules because sometimes I'd be taking a trade when I'm like really busy, when I'm training a client, when I'm driving, when I'm in line for a coffee. And then it was like I was getting way too excited because I'm doing so good that I was never finding this balance. It was always like I'm doing really good, and then like Sterling said, I'm up this much, and then I wouldn't protect it. I'd go back down, and it was just like up and down and up and down, and so I started punishing myself by like becoming a better trader, whatever that meant to me. So I hope that helps.
That was
Yeah, this is
awesome. That was really
great,
well
great
said.
advices. Yeah.
Alejandra, just that so much resonated with me there. First off, like, I just want to acknowledge, like, you're doing the work that nobody talks about and nobody wants to.
Yes.
It's boring. It's not glamorous, but
Yeah.
that's really the truth. It's like the best trade you can take. Sometimes it's figuring out how to trade some of this time and energy we're spending on the market to balance our life better. And so I love that you were talking about mindfulness and meditation. I see your little Buddha in the background. I love it. It literally changed my whole life, everything, not even just trading. And so sorry, I got a cat climbing all over me. You just, maybe we should, I don't know. I almost want to like do a segment going forward, like about like how to get our minds right for trading, because
That would be cool.
you get it.
That would be awesome.
All right. Well, there we go. We got our first crowd feedback there, and so maybe you can be our first guest, Sterling. But yeah, I'm gonna think more about that, Alejandro, because that really resonated with me. Because it's all about what we can do to prepare ourselves. And what really clicked, as you said, then I started getting excited to wake up in the morning early. Even for those early trades. And you start that's like such a good metric for not even just how you're doing with your relationship with trading, but just with your life in general. Like, are you excited to wake up on Monday morning? Like, are you excited for the next week? Like, if not, let's figure it out.
All the time.
Caesar gets it. I'm with Josh sometimes, but that's what we aspire to.
Well, here's the thing. Now that I'm trading futures, I'm not that excited to wake up in the morning anymore because what I'm excited about is getting my body right. I'm hitting the gym hella hard. Like my abs are popping, my back is getting really strong, my legs and everything is shaping the way that I want. And in order for that to happen, I need to eat well and sleep well. And when I was trading both in the morning and at night, I was not resting enough. And then I was so excited that I wouldn't sleep. And then I started kind of going down the rabbit hole of like, I'm tired all the time, I'm irritated, I'm not performing well, my trading is being affected. And then I'm like, oh, it's because I'm on the go too much. I'm not resting and I'm not recentering and balancing myself. So my immune system was overloading. And so I had to take a step back and I'm like, you know what? It's not that I'm not excited to wake up on a Monday morning. It's not that I'm not excited to wake up to trade. It's that I'm much more excited to feel good because if I feel good, then I'm going to perform better. And now that I'm trading futures, I'm like really excited after 3 p.m. I don't want to go on any dates. I don't want to hang out with anyone. I don't want to see anyone. I just want to log myself and look at the charts after 6 p.m.
I love it.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I probably get just as excited watching the MacGyver episode as I do trading stocks anymore. I'm just letting you know. Like, I'm just saying, it's just like, listen, there are some more exciting things in the world. Now, when I get my TCGLs and my ASTCs of the world, but your run of the mill, I'm a Al Bundy, and when I work for Dillard's and I got to sell a normal shoe, I don't remember those days. I remember when I had about $1,000 sale and she went to buy some Uggs and these high heels, and next thing you know, I made some commission. Yeah, I remember those days, and those days I got excited. But the normal run-of-the-mill day I had to go to work, do I get excited? No. I don't. I get more excited about cooking our shrimp tacos we had earlier, or literally earlier when I'm sweating my ass off cleaning my Jeep Wrangler 392 and my BMW X5M competition. That's $230K price tag value. You better believe when I'm out there washing, I busted my ass to get those. I love doing that versus just a normal run-of-the-mill stock trading day because I get to appreciate the wealth of the things that I've got to do in my life and the hard work that I put in. That's what I get to love and cherish. My favorite day of the week, it's Friday because now I get to reap the benefit of all the hard work I put in for the week. Monday through Friday, just a normal day for me, run of the mill, yada, yada, yada. But when Friday comes, guess what I get to do? I get to spend more time with 14 dogs and 20 animals. I get to spend time with one of the most hottest, most beautiful wives, and all of you know, Miss Avery is smoking, and I get to spend time with my beautiful wife or my badass vehicles. Listen, I get to enjoy life. And so I'm past that with the whole stock trading thing. I have more important things like watching The Fifth Element, Steve, that he's still
catching strays out of nowhere. I was going to say, Josh, that sounds so wholesome and nice, and I'm happy for you and your beautiful family and all of your beautiful animals that rescued you and not the other way around. I was going to say nice things, but you just brought the crowbar out. So, let's get that. Let's get down to brass tacks, Josh Smith, if that is your real name. I don't even have a
Hey,
I just
Stephen,
all riled up. You got all riled up.
Stephen Daniel, don't make me come over there with the AK.
Oh, snap.
That's love. You remember my middle name, though. That's kind of cute.
Come on, Steve. Do you know Billy Bryan? Do you know Zorg? Do you know Corbin Dallas?
No, he does not. Mr. Dallas.
I feel like that's a deep cut that just went right over my head.
The Paradise? Floss in Paradise?
Yeah.
Bro, you ain't watch Fifth Elements?
Dude, I'm getting, this is like, I've had some hot takes. I've like been very outspoken politically, like online with my face and name attached. This is the most hate I've gotten for anything in my whole career, just so you guys know. Like, this is worse than like my takes on wars, and like I don't even know. People really feel very strongly about Fifth Element. And I love it. I'm playing the heel. I'm leaning into it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. All right, so let's go to, well, I don't want to keep us everybody for too long. Listen, I'll say that. Definitely Fifth Element. We got a lot of those underground movies that we've talked about, Caesar. So yeah, that's a good one though, right? I mean, that's a good one. Well, how about this? I bet I know who also has not seen it. Alejandra.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to throw into the blood.
Right.
Josh, sorry, we're too busy bettering ourselves and quieting our minds.
You West Coasters. It's you West Coasters. I see how it is. You're too busy on the West Coast.
That was the most California thing I've ever said, by the way. I know you East Coasters are rolling your eyes. Oh, these yuppies. Well, go get on your yoga mat, Get the hell out of here.
I think Josh is Central or Mountain. No, Josh is Central. Central, yeah.
Central. All right, let's go to this, though. This is a good question. So Groundhog said, favorites you are looking for next week, long or short? I can't help but immediately go to our go-tos with me and Steve are going to bring up. So I'm just going to be generic. Micron, MU.
I'm already on it. Yeah, I'm already on it.
I mean, there are some plays that I think are going to continue to go up that we already are seeing going up. ARM is going to make another leg up. Speaking of, not to make a funny pun on it, I'm going with the generics. I think even Dell. I think Snow continues to climb. There's just, you go almost to any sector right now, and you're going to see some Banana Joe's moves. Steve can't wait to get onto this. So, Steve, let's get to it. What do you got for us?
Well, I was just narrating for you. I was just pulling that up so I could follow along with what you're saying. We don't have to do it full screen either way. But I just wanted to be your second fiddle.
Give us 2 to 3 minutes. We'll keep it quick. Show us why. Don't go through all the analytics, but say, hey, here's what and where I think what it's doing. Give me about 3 or 4 of them.
Good. I need the guidelines there, Josh. Otherwise, I don't know what to do with myself. QBTS. We want quantum. Trump says quantum a lot. Quantum up. There. Good. All right. Next up, NVIDIA. Been beaten down all week. The rally isn't over. It's back testing. Scary candle today. Scary candle on the week. Good. I love it. Make them all scared. Give me all of your shares. Long NVIDIA. Those are the 2 biggest ones. I'm trying to be.
I love it. This reminds me of Weekend Update. This is exactly what I need, like SNL. Keep it quick. Keep it simple. Keep it going now.
Exactly. I got three more for you really quick. Lightning round. Palantir, big breakout. Software as a service. We like it now. We don't hate it. We like it. So software as a service, great. But the biggest component of the AI trade that nobody's talking about, commodities, the physical aspects. We need the gosh darn stuff to build everything. So miners are getting good flows. I like HL off the 200-day moving average for precious metals. I like HBM for copper. Copper go up. That's what I got, Josh.
Boom. Coming in hot there. Steve in the weekend report. There's some hot runners for next week. Coming from Steve the Achieve. No, I love it. That's simple. I love it. Beautiful. Caesar, we'll go now up to you. Give me, you got futures, I know. Any other hidden secrets? Because you're always trading equities as well.
Oh yeah.
What do we got for us next week?
Ford, KEEL, and what's the other one? Hold on. There's one I really like, and this has a lot of potential
Give me some
for
love,
the next
Steve.
coming week.
Give me some love, Steve. So we got Ford,
BBAI. So
BBAI.
BBAI, Ford,
nice.
KEEL, and OWL.
And we're going long.
Long. And I'm also still holding TOMZ, which now it's at 93, looking for this thing to run up between $2 to $5.
Bet. Love it. Look at that. We keep you up to date here.
Oh, yeah. And then as far as for futures, buy the dip. No, but honestly, levels that I'd be looking for this week is I'm looking for possibly a pullback to maybe 30,000 for a nice long. If not, I'm looking between 30,200 and 30,000 even. Anything below that, we could possibly fall down to 29,500, which it has a gap to fill, and the current contract is about 20 days or 19 days from expiration. So it's going to be interesting to see if it'll come fill the gap before the contract expiration or after.
Good night, Husky Mom. Good night, Husky Mom. And yeah, Caesar, amazing. And let's do this each week. Caesar, yeah. Steve, Alejandro, Joe, Sterling. Let's do the weekend recap. Think about some stocks. We're going to finish this, but think about some stocks we always can keep some traders informed of for the following week. I like it. You know, of course, we'll steal it off of SNL in the weekend recap, but we'll do that, the weekend recap, and what stocks you think are hot for the next week. Sterling, I know you're futures based, but anything you may have your eyes on next week.
Hey, yeah, I was liking Nvidia for that, how it fall today. I was looking into some options because but I'm more now. I don't want to break my rule. I just like it for everybody else because I'm doing just futures. But it would be like maybe a good dip. Who knows how next week.
Love it. So we got double dips, double duty, double love, 2 thumbs up for NVDA next week. What do we got, Joe? You're muted, sexy.
Muted.
There we go. I'm back. There were so many this week. My God, I'm watching CAR. I got to say, I'm watching CAR. It's been up 7 days in a row, and I'm looking for a push to 200 on that one. And some of the stocks that popped up this week. I mean, we had so many in the small cap space. AKTX, ASTC, MNTS, CODX, VCIG. I'm looking for all of those, on secondary moves, because some of those have come back and they're resting, like MNTS. I'm watching that 15 level, maybe 1535, and see if it gets a pop from there. So yeah, that's where I'm at with some of the small cap space. I'm still going to be watching those.
Yeah, and we got a lot of them. I mean, which we're going to get back to. Don't forget, we'll round up here. We'll be closing up shop here soon. So don't forget Caesar, Steve, Sterling, Alejandro, Joe, ASTC. What will be the high this week? Alejandro, back to you. I know you're futures based, but again, is there anything maybe you're looking at? Is there any kind of ticker that you would like to, or even if it is back to futures, is there a dip you're looking for? What do you want traders to be looking at next week? What's something you can have traders looking forward to? What are you looking forward to next week?
I'm looking forward to seeing how MCL starts to build structure or finish this run to the downside.
Oh, yeah.
And once that happens, I'm going to look for confirmation to possibly hold some long position in futures. And gold, I'm still bearish. I would love it to come down and sweep a new low before it continues to go higher. However, it did already kind of break structure to from the downside. So I don't know if it's like I have to see if it wants to continue to go higher to like maybe 48 and then from 48 come back down. But it's been in this range between 48 and 45. So it's kind of like frustrating for me to make a decision. um for like M and Q, I mean, honestly, I just need to look at it from the inversion side of things to convince myself that we're going to continue to go higher.
Right.
But I just don't know. I find it really hard to trust. So I will scalp it if I see like maybe like a B setup and just go small position. Especially since I'm going to be starting to live stream on YouTube for Fivers.
Yeah.
I want to start playing with like, well, obviously respecting the rules of the consistency rules and going small size to just kind of work on building that, like the strong positive journal entries of like, I nailed my trade, this was my entry, this was my exit, this is the type of trade I took. And just kind of track my progress that way and see how consistent I can be by following a consistency rule, because otherwise, we end up blowing accounts by over leveraging or losing a lot of money with our real account. And it's like, we're not in a position to be doing that anymore. Like, we are professional traders.
I love
And
it. I love it. You got a responsibility.
yeah. And you're
Yeah.
live, right? Like, people are watching you. You're not just like by yourself in your own head. So it's a different monster that I'm playing with now. It's a whole nother level of trading 100%, like for sure.
Well, don't think about it
And
that way at all, honestly. Like when I take all the trades I take, I'm never even thinking about it. Like it again, it
you've
helps
been
that I've
doing
been.
this for a long time and you're a talker and you don't care.
Yeah, well, I know, and
You
I
will
was gonna
rise to
say,
the occasion. I
yeah,
promise you will.
yeah, and but you will. Like that's the thing. You just think about doing you and your trades and trade what you trade, and eventually you won't even think about the fact that you're even streaming live or talking to anybody.
Yeah.
You're just going to be
Yeah,
doing
I'm
it.
already getting used to it for sure. But sometimes the comments can get to you.
Don't think of and don't,
Oh,
even,
don't
don't
look
forget.
at those. Those
And,
people are
Don't pay attention
insane.
to them.
Love
yeah,
you guys, but
Yeah.
exactly.
It's easier
Real
said than done. It's not like
You
you guys
know?
haven't gotten influenced before.
Yeah, hey, because
nope.
here's what all of them have to say. Here's what most of them have to say is this right here. You can do this to them.
Yep.
You just
Pretty
tell
much.
them to shut the
You
hell
can't
up.
please everyone.
Yeah.
So just
honestly, Alejandro, the first time I went on Trader TV, it was 5,000 people. It scared the heck out of me. I used to not be able to talk in front of my high school class. I couldn't get words out. I mean, Josh knows I still can't get words out half
I,
the time.
I don't believe that.
You did you say you do believe that?
I
Or you
don't believe that. I say I don't believe that you.
Oh, don't believe that. You didn't see me the first half of my life. What I will say is, first off, they are not real people. You can't convince me they are. Second off, we're all doing the best we can, and people out there resonate with that. So just be authentic, and that's what people connect with. People don't like me because I'm the best trader. They like me because I'm Crowbar Steve, and I don't get it, but I like them too, and that's what matters. They like you, Alejandro, so do the best you can. You got this.
Love it. Okay, let's get to
real
some
quick before there was a
Go ahead.
question about
Intel.
Intel. Yeah,
Yes, and I
so
was
Jake
no,
Perez.
this is crazy because I was gonna say, hey, gotta go out, and I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna give it to Caesar. Caesar, you get 2 minutes. Intel, go.
Yes, so Intel for next week, I'm looking for Intel to pull sub $100. Sub $100 between 180. I'm going to be looking to add back to Intel, back to the long side. Another question that Jake had was about he was up 9 grand, he lost 7 grand, and he's asking questions on risk management, right?
Yep.
So first question that a trader should ask themselves is, once you've made a certain amount of money, if you made 9 grand, what were you trying to make and what was you willing to risk, right? So before you take any trade, you need to understand what is your potential outcome and what are you willing to risk to get that outcome. When I'm up 10K on a day, the most I will personally risk out of that profit is about maybe $1,000. If I try to take a trade to make an extra maybe 2 or 3 thousand, and if it goes against me, I cut it out and I still walk away. So for him, it seemed like he did a little bit of gambling and revenge trading. So just assess how much you've made on the day, and then just really ask yourself, what are you willing to risk? If you're trading stocks, is it really worth it to risk 50 cents to make an extra 40 cents, or is it really worth it to risk, half a point to make another point on a couple thousand shares when you're really up on a day? So you got to really evaluate, and a lot of people, they don't ask themselves those questions. So I have traders all the time, oh, trading futures, oh, I want to capture another 10 points. Okay, but what are you really risking to get that extra 10 points? Are you risking 5? Or are you risking 2 points? And if you're risking 2 points to get 10, it's the end of the day, it's not really worth it. But if you're going to risk, 5 points to possibly capture 30, 40 points, or you're risking 5 cents to capture 30, 40 cents, that's a good ROI, right? It's a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio.
All over it, love it. Real quickly, Robert Robert out of nowhere, Robert Meridian Energy brings the energy in and just wants to rub it in Steve's face and says, Fifth Element is a great movie. Seen it multiple times. Anyway, but I've blown an account with 4 pennies or 2 rand. I saw that earlier. Hey, I had to throw it in there. I had to throw it. This is when we were talking about it earlier. I've been waiting to throw that out there. Real quick, we got a question about NVDA too. So just your
Yeah,
real
gotcha.
quickly. Yeah, so I'll go to you since I know you're the man trading that, and you want that to the top side. We got the question from Byron Hart. That's Bret Hart's actual brother from another mother. That's right, Bret the Hart family from the wrestling organization. He will suplex you and put you in a wrestling hold so fast. He's gonna like, what was Bret Hart's move? Oh, the sharpshooter. He's gonna put you in the sharpshooter. He says, Crowbar Steve. If NVDA doesn't go to 220 next week, what do you say?
I say the odds are pretty good. Okay, so here's the setup. It's basically going to be the gamma exposure pin, that GEX pin for next week. This week it was 15. We saw how they did not pay those out. We did get over 15. We stayed over 15 for quite a while. I made good money on those 215 calls, but they would not let those expire in the money. There was that end of market, big shift, and we can usually expect those big gamma pins to be a magnet up to it, but not close through that unless we get a squeeze type scenario, in which case, by all means, yes, let's pedal to the metal. So that 220, I think it gets transacted. I do not think we close the week over it. That is what I think. So I'm looking for dips to buy up into that 220 level. It's a very notable one. You can also look at the hourly 200 moving average as a nice trend where it would like to back test into that level. So I think that we get that spot. I don't think that it's going to go straight vertical. Just to show on the chart there, yeah, we have this nice little, this is the 220 kind of gamma zone here. This was the 215 one. Give it a little more credit. There it goes, around the 215. We tried to push above. It looked really good till they smashed it down. I think they're just dooming and despairing everybody. It's a back test, guys. It's a downtrend line. It's a back test. It's a higher low potentially. So I'm looking for strength out of the gates on NVIDIA. I'm looking for 220 by Tuesday. I'm looking to get into some of those 220 weeklies, capture the nice expansion there, and then enjoy the rest of my week because I don't know what it's going to do after that. But I do think we get a push up. If we lose the low, then I'm obviously not bullish.
There we go. Boom, 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 boom. And let's go. We got to always do the roll call. Sterling, we'll get to your call of it. Byron Hart, that's right. You know, the hitman, Bret Hart. Thank you. There's your question asked and answered. What's up, Groundhog? Jake for coming in the chat. Nigel, we had 40-something. How we doing, my man? How we doing in chat? We had Michael the D writer, of course, always here. Going back up through here. All the people in chat tonight. We had Bob. Bob was in chat. Bob ran. We had Mario in chat tonight, going all the way back up through here. Too many chat. Michael was in chat tonight. Thank you, multiple Michaels. JJR in chat, and everyone from earlier. You guys have been amazing. Blackbelly, first time here. Love the show, guys. I appreciate y'all. Missed out on earlier, and I love he's rocking those Air Force Ones.
Ooh. Clean. Yeah, the turquoise. I like that.
Check them out. All right,
let's get to black. That's boring.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, but all right. So, question of the night. Let's go to it real quickly around the horn. So we already have all the way. Let's go back to the bottom here with my man Sterling with going ahead and putting it out there, and he says ASTC. So I'm going to start writing this down. Sterling, when to come right out of the gate, he says 38.75. So you're going with the gap down into Monday, and the highest we see is 38.75, eh? Sterling?
Yep. Hey. Yeah, I mean, I say, or if there's any catalyst, any headlines, yeah, of course, he can go. But seeing that it reached out what 68.85, we see the drop what it closed at 47. If nothing happens, I think it can get that low.
We've seen it before. I've said
Yeah.
what I'm either way. It's so hard for me. I either want to go up or down to where I could see this play make a quick spike on Monday and then just fades from there bad.
Yeah.
Back all the way to like say 10. Say come Tuesday or Wednesday. And so this one's a fun one. This one's gonna be one of those harder ones. So we'll keep going. Caesar, what do we got here? Caesar, what's the high of the week for ASTC?
75.
Ooh, okay, just barely makes a new high there. I love it. All right. Joe, what do we got?
I'm gonna give it 80.
Oh, I feel like we're playing Price is Right here. Oh, I feel like we're playing Price is Right. All right, Alejandro, what do we got?
I'm gonna say 60.
Oh, 16 is the high of the week?
60.
60, my bad, baby girl. I was like, girl, well, hold on now. All right, what do we got there, Steve?
Is this the closing price or the high of the week?
The high of the week. So essentially,
Just
once
making
we
sure.
open on Monday.
Oh, I put the closing of the week.
Yeah, no, the high.
That's
so
what I was asking.
when we open on Monday, what will be the highest it reaches after that through Friday? So Sterling, if you want to read it, yeah.
92.59.
Ooh, that sounds fun. All right. So Sterling, do you want to go back to that? What is the high for you in the week? What's the highest it reaches in the week from the open Monday?
55.
55. All right. And Caesar, you're saying with 75. You got the answer, right?
Yep.
That's you.
75.
Joe, you're saying with 80?
Yeah, I'm gonna change to 85.
Okay.
I'm gonna change to 85. I'm gonna push it right to the previous candle high on the monthly.
Encroaching, Joe.
Final-
I see you there.
Final answer, Joe. Final answer, 85.
85.
85, final answer, lock it in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just blow the top off because I'd want it. I want some fun this week. We got the PDT rule coming into play. Let's bring that up, the fact that there's no PDT rule. I'm going to get spicy and ricey. I'm going to feel it. And I want to keep myself, though, in the game. I don't want to go too far up because I want to go 200s for fun. But I'm going to say that this play sees a spice of Rooney sauce to $123.07. And that will be my answer for the week.
Okay.
Send it. All right.
Let's go.
There we go. I love it. Where'd you go, Steve? Steve just dropped out real quickly. Here he comes back on in hot. All right. So let's go real quickly with those one last time. We've got for the week here, we've got for ASTC Sterling, $55. Caesar, $75. Florida Joe, $85. Ale, $60. Steve, $92.59, and I'm out there with the weird number 2 as well at $123.07. Come back next Friday for another Friday Night Live to see not only us talk about small caps all the way to futures market and everything in between. We've got you covered here on Friday Night Live. I can't thank you enough, Caesar, Sterling, Joe, Alejandro, Steve. I'm making sure everybody. Yeah, I covered everybody's name. And then D. Ryder, Groundhog, Nigel, Byron.
Thank you, guys.
40-something, everyone in chat. And next week, what I want to start doing for you guys, so you're listening, we have a lot of people in chat tonight. I love it. Michael from D. Ryder, both the Michaels in chat, Nigel, 40-something, Groundhog, all you guys listening, Byron. You guys, I want to get you guys involved next week. I'm going to verify from Gil, Adar, Katz, Carlo. I would imagine, I'm sure you were probably going to say, yep, as in Florida Joe, since you work for the same company now. Caesar and Alejandra, and then Steve as well, all for the same company now. We're going to give away I'm going to start doing a 5K eval giveaway every Friday night. And we'll do a question of the night that we're involved in, but I want you guys to be involved in. And, of course, we're just doing it for fun. We already work for the company, right? We want you guys to be a part of it and get a 5K eval. So next week, think of this, right? I'll have a new question of the week. So next week, I want every one of you involved. Delonte, thank you. Come on over. Byron, Sailing Girl. I know it's not much, but still it's a little something for fun that you can just go, have a little fun with here. But giving away a little something and you guys can go, hey, okay, I want to chime in. What is ASTC's high of the week? What will it be? We'll come up with a new question next week, but we'll have a question of the week, and I want you guys to get involved. so you guys get some good engagement and get a way to get something for free. Because again, that 5K eval, the credits we give you, it's not just, oh, you got a 5K eval. No, it's credits we give you that you can put toward a 25K eval, that you can put toward a 50K eval. Essentially, it's a discount code, right? That you can put in toward whatever eval you want. Any last words for the week? We're closing up shop here right at 2 hours in. I love it. Thank you all for joining us. Caesar, any last words for the week, my friend?
No last words. I said everything I had to say. I mean, if anything, just moving forward, going into the summer months, just be cautious. Don't be afraid to play defensive, and keep that greed in check.
Love it. My man Sterling, again, I love having you on. I know you've been busy. The newborn, how is she doing?
Yeah, almost there. Maybe it's the 16th, but I think
16. I thought for some reason she was born, so she hasn't been born yet. So you have so June 16th, huh?
no, but it's kind of things coming. It's kind of before that. Things we're gonna go for a C-section, so maybe who knows?
Ooh.
Yeah.
So hold on.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Thank
so,
you.
Little round. Another one to add to the group there. A little round of applause. Newborn coming in there for Sterling. Joe, last words for the week for traders here as we head into the no PDT for us small cappers. What do we got?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, come on into the Trade the Pool Discord. We've got a 25K giveaway for sector predictions. If you guess the winning and losing sector throughout the quarter, it's a fun, easy game just to kind of play. And then also we are doing a movie weekend every end of the month. We're watching Dumb Money. We did it at 7:30 p.m. tonight, and so tomorrow at noon. If you want to come in and watch Dumb Money with us, wow, what a great movie. you know. So anyways, yeah, that's it. Come on in.
Love it. Yeah, can't agree more with that. Ale, as we finish off that beautiful watermelon. It's always food somehow or another, whether I talk about it or I have got other traders involved with food. Any last thoughts for the weekend, my love?
I would say focus on becoming a great trader and what that means to you rather than the trade and the money that comes with it. Because the money comes with great trades.
Oh, look at that. That should be on a t-shirt. And Steve, the Achieve, Mr. Crowbar, besides vowing to us you're going to finally watch The Fifth Element, what else do you have on for us in the traders this weekend?
Don't fight the trend, guys. It's every week. I love you guys, but there's too many bears out there. We gotta cure you guys of your sickness. So I'm gonna get you on the program.
I feel attacked.
Well, maybe that's telling you something, Alejandro. You're
I
welcome to come
know.
on in and join my indoctrination camp where we've got jackets. It's a good time. We're going long on things that are going up. So we're buying dips on semiconductors. We're buying dips in software as a service that's actually putting up numbers on the board. We were in early on cybersecurity. I wish I caught some of the moves this week, but you know what? We're still looking for more. Microsoft's the fat pitch. It's going to be this monthly rotation, guys. So catch the trend early, probably software as a service. Look at quantum. Here's one for you too. Everybody wants to trade the AI trade. Nobody wants to trade the fundamentals of the AI trade. We need infrastructure build out. Buy copper, buy steel, buy aluminum. I'm in AA, I'm in HBM, I'm in HL, I'm in a bunch of miners, and I think that they're going up. Even uranium is going to get some love eventually. So skate, position yourself where the puck is heading. Don't run right towards the puck, That's what I got for you. Trade smart, guys.
Love it. And talking about trading smart, limited risk trading, come to Trade the Pool with the PDT rule. Any of you that catch this or don't have an account with this, you need to come over. We have the Trading World Championships coming up. $1 million in trading evals we're being given away. A chance to win trading evaluations for free. Credits toward it, like we're going to giving away like we had this last week on the earnings report. 5K to 25K eval giveaways and more coming up with that. $20,000 in cash prizes coming up. And on top of that, with the PDT rule, just come over to Trade the Pool. We have 5K, 50K, 100K, 25K, 200K. We got evaluations across the board, depending on the price range and your budget. And I get it, what your budget is depends on that. I can't tell you enough how coming out in Caesar and all the people earlier when we talked about the PDT and our thoughts on it and the changes and where it's going to come to. Don't risk your own capital. Come to the Fivers. Come to Trade the Pool. That's where it's at. I promise you right now, you're going to thank us at 2 and 4, 3 years from now when you didn't risk your own capital and blow 2K, 5K, 10K. I've talked to people that have hurt 300K, and they're like, it's crazy, right? So don't do that. And otherwise, have a great, safe, blessed, food-filled weekend. We'll see you all back here next week. We can't thank you enough. And, there's that link out there again. 20K in prizes coming up. Trading World Championship. You can catch us all here next week for another Friday Night Live at 9:30 Eastern. Until then, you guys have a great week.
Thank you, guys.